top 10 most corrupt countries of 2019. Welcome to On Asia. On today's countdown, we will be talking about the top 10 most corrupt countries in the world. But before we start, tell us what country you are from in the comments section below. And hey, don't forget to subscribe to On Asia for more interesting videos. Number 10. Libya. Libya is a country in the Maghreb region in North Africa. The sovereign state is made of 3 historical regions, Tripolitania, Fezzan, and Cyrenaica, with an area of almost 1.8 million square kilometers. Libya is the 4th largest country in Africa, and is the 16th largest country in the world. Libya became independent as a kingdom in 1951. The country has the 10th largest proven oil reserves in the world. The largest city and capital of Libya is Tripoli, located in western Libya, and contains over 1 million of Libya's 6 million people. Libya is the 10th most corrupt country in the world. Almost every sector in the Libyan economy suffers from widespread corruption. However, the public procurement sector and the oil industry are among the most affected. Bribery and favoritism are common practice in all sectors, and companies may struggle with unfair competition from state-owned businesses, which also dominate the local market. Libya is a member of the United Nations, the Non-Aligned Movement, the Arab League, and OPEC. The country's official religion is Islam, with 96.6% of the Libyan population being Sunni Muslims. Number 9. Afghanistan. Afghanistan is a landlocked country located in South Central Asia. Afghanistan is bordered by Pakistan in the south and east, Iran in the west, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, and Tajikistan in the north, and in the far northeast, China. Its territory covers 652,000 square kilometers. Much of it is covered by the Hindu Kush mountain range. Kabul is the capital and largest city in Afghanistan. Corruption in Afghanistan is endemic and has penetrated all parts of the country, adversely affecting the ability of Afghanistan to maintain security for its citizens and deliver basic public services. Corruption is also increasingly embedded in social practices, with patronage politics and bribery becoming an acceptable part of daily life. Afghanistan is the 9th most corrupt country in the world today. The country is a unitary presidential Islamic republic, with a population of over 31 million people. Afghanistan's economy is the world's 108th largest, with a GDP estimated at $64.1 billion. The country fares much worse in terms of per capita GDP, ranking 167th out of 186 countries in a 2016 report from the IMF. Number 8. Equatorial Guinea. Equatorial Guinea is a country located on the west coast of Central Africa, with an area of 28,000 square kilometers. Formerly the colony of Spanish Guinea, its post-independence name evokes its location near both the equator and the Gulf of Guinea. Equatorial Guinea is the only sovereign African state in which Spanish is the official language. As of 2015, the country had an estimated population of over 1.3 million people. The country consists of 2 parts, an insular and a mainland region. Equatorial Guinea is the 8th most corrupt country in the world. Mismanagement of public funds and credible allegations of high-level corruption persist, as do other serious abuses, including torture, arbitrary detention, and unfair trials. Since the mid-1990s, Equatorial Guinea has become one of sub-Saharan Africa's largest oil producers. It is subsequently the richest country per capita in Africa. However, the wealth is distributed unevenly, with few people benefiting from the oil riches. The country ranks 135th on the 2016 Human Development Index, with less than half the population having access to clean drinking water and 20% of children dying before the age of 5. Number 7. Guinea-Bissau. Guinea-Bissau, officially the Republic of Guinea-Bissau, is a country in West Africa that covers 36,125 square kilometers, with an estimated population of 1.9 million people. Guinea-Bissau was once part of the Kingdom of Gabu, as well as part of the Mali Empire. Parts of this kingdom persisted until the 18th century. Upon independence, declared in 1973, and recognized in 1974, the name of its capital, Bissau, was added to the country's name, to prevent confusion with Guinea. The sovereign state of Guinea-Bissau is a member of the United Nations, African Union, Economic Community of West African States, Organization of Islamic Cooperation, and Community of Portuguese language countries. Guinea-Bissau is the 7th most corrupt country in the world. The country has a history of political instability since its independence, and no elected president has successfully served a 5-year term. Corruption, government opacity, and a lack of public accountability are major problems in Guinea-Bissau. Problems compounded by the country's position as a major African hub for drug trafficking. Organized criminal networks involved in illicit trade are widely believed to have permeated all levels of the state apparatus. Number 6. Sudan. Sudan, officially the Republic of the Sudan, is a country in Northeast Africa. It is bordered by Egypt to the north, the Red Sea to the northeast, Eritrea to the east, Ethiopia to the southeast, South Sudan to the south, the Central African Republic to the southwest, Chad to the west, and Libya to the northwest. In 1953, Britain granted Sudan self-government. However, independence was proclaimed on the 1st of January 1956. Since independence, Sudan has been ruled by a series of unstable parliamentary governments and military regimes. Sudan has a population of over 39 million people and occupies a total area of 1,886,068 square kilometers, making it the third largest country in Africa. Its official languages are Arabic and English. Sudan is the sixth most corrupt country in the world. Since 2011, Sudan is a scene of ongoing military conflict. Corruption in this country includes public servants who are known to demand extra facilitation payments for services. Government officials hold direct and indirect stakes in many enterprises, which creates a system of patronage and cronyism, and distorts market competition to the disadvantage of foreign firms without political connections. Number 5. North Korea. North Korea is a country in East Asia constituting the northern part of the Korean peninsula, with Pyongyang the capital and the largest city in the country. After the Japanese surrender at the end of World War II in 1945, Korea was divided into two zones, with the north occupied by the Soviet Union, and the south occupied by the United States. Negotiations on reunification failed, and in 1948, separate governments were formed, the Socialist Democratic People's Republic of Korea in the north, and the Capitalist Republic of Korea in the south. North Korea officially describes itself as a self-reliant socialist state, and formally holds elections, though the elections have been described as sham elections. Outside observers generally view North Korea as a Stalinist totalitarian dictatorship. North Korea is the fifth most corrupt country in the world. The country remains among the world's most repressive countries. The UN inquiry into human rights in North Korea concluded that the gravity, scale, and nature of these violations reveal a state that does not have any parallel in the contemporary world. Number 4. Yemen. Yemen is a country at the southern end of the Arabian Peninsula in Western Asia. It is the second largest Arab sovereign state in the peninsula, occupying 527,970 square kilometers. The coastline stretches for about 2,000 kilometers. Yemen's constitutionally stated capital is the city of Sana'a, but the city has been under Houthi rebel control since February 2015. Yemen is a developing country and the most corrupt country in the Arab world. Bribery is widespread in all sectors of the economy, and close relations between the government and businesses are mentioned as a crucial factor in succeeding in business. The country's judicial system is inefficient, and is plagued by corruption and a culture of impunity. In 2019, the United Nations reported that Yemen is the country with the most people in need of humanitarian aid in the world. Since 2011, Yemen has been in a state of political crisis, starting with street protests against poverty, unemployment, and corruption. Number 3. Nigeria. Nigeria is a country located in West Africa, bordering Niger in the north, Chad in the northeast, Cameroon in the east, and Benin in the west. Its coast in the south is located on the Gulf of Guinea in the Atlantic Ocean. The federation comprises of 36 states and one federal capital territory, where the capital, Abuja, is located. With 186 million inhabitants, Nigeria is the most populous country in Africa and the 7th most populous country in the world. Did you know that Nigeria has the third largest youth population in the world, after India and China, with more than 90 million of its population under the age of 18? Often referred to as the giant of Africa, Nigeria is the third most corrupt country in the world. Bribery of government officials is widespread in all parts of the country. The country's police force is often listed among the most corrupt in the world. As of 2015, Nigeria was the world's 20th largest economy, worth more than $500 billion and $1 trillion in terms of nominal GDP. However, Nigeria currently has a low Human Development Index, ranking 152nd in the world. Number 2. Syria. Officially, the Syrian Arab Republic is a country in Western Asia, bordering Lebanon to the southwest, the Mediterranean Sea to the west, Turkey to the north, Iraq to the east, Jordan to the south, and Israel to the southwest. A country of fertile plains, high mountains, and deserts, Syria is home to diverse ethnic and religious groups. Sunnis make up the largest religious group in Syria. Syria is a unitary republic consisting of 14 governorates, and is the only country that politically espouses Baathism. Syria is the second most corrupt country in the world. Corruption has never been a stranger to the Syrian state, as it exists in every state sector, institution, ministry, and especially in its judicial sector. It has reached the point that Syrian citizens consider bribes to be at the core of every law, and that they cannot get their rights without bribes. Since March 2011, Syria has been embroiled in an armed conflict, with a number of countries in the region and beyond. The conflicts caused more than 470,000 deaths, 7.6 million internally displaced people, and over 5 million refugees. Syria is ranked last on the Global Peace Index, making it the most violent country in the world. Number 1. Somalia. Somalia is a country located in the Horn of Africa. It is bordered by Ethiopia to the west, Djibouti to the northwest, the Gulf of Aden to the north, the Guadalfeu Channel and Somali Sea to the east, and Kenya to the southwest. Somalia has the longest coastline on Africa's mainland, and its terrain consists mainly of plateaus, plains and highlands. Somalia has an estimated population of around 14.3 million, and has been described as the most culturally homogeneous country in Africa. Most people in the country are Muslim, with the majority being Sunni. Somalia has maintained an informal economy, mainly based on livestock, remittances from Somalis working abroad, and telecommunications. Somalia is the most corrupt country in the world. Corrupt government officials tolerate illegal activities in return for bribes. So, now that you know the 10 most corrupt countries in the world, our question for you today is, what is the capital of Somalia? Tell us your answer in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video. Thanks for watching, and hey, don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more interesting videos.